A lot of kids nowadays, they don't even want to drive, period. Yeah, they want to stay home and play video games. They're like, I don't need my license. Mommy will drive me around here and there, you know. I'm Richie Borelli. This is my 64 Impala. When I got it, didn't look anything like this. Had a lot of help from a lot of friends and a lot of work myself, and you know, got it to this point, and it's still working on it.
Let's go cruising to the park, cruising after dark. Let's go out.
When I got it, it was running. I drove it home. It had been buried in a snowbank, pretty much up to the door handles. You know, the paint originally was kind of all flaking off. There was a little bit of rust here and there, but it really wasn't that bad because the car come from Cali originally, so it was actually really solid for a car around here. Oh yeah, if I couldn't afford to buy a 64 Impala hardtop now, you know, forget it. Honestly, a lot of the money that I put into it was because I've done this car over a couple, you know, 3 times now. You know, so the first time I had a paint job on it and had to redo that. Like, you know, I was telling you, I put a new frame underneath it. This whole frame is a new frame that's reinforced 1/4-inch steel, powder coated to match, you know, to go with the paint. My buddy Jaime from JG Customs did that. That was probably 2006 or 7. Put a new interior in it. The old paint job was like it was like a seafoam green on the body, and then the roof was white. My buddy at this shop, Crazy Customs, he kind of convinced me. He's like, let's just go crazy on it.
So let's go cruising to the park, cruising after dark. Let's go out, baby. Slow it down to 5 on an endless drive. Let's go out.
From what you see here, probably the first thing I ever did on this car was probably the seats. My buddy Clinton did those. These seats were done 12 years ago. They still look pretty good. I probably could use a good scrubbing again, but you know, they're white. That's what happens, you know, and I drive this car a lot, so it breaks and I fix it and I get in with my dirty ass and drive it home. Custom cars has always been my favorite thing. I still have it. I've got a 47 Ford that was my father's that, you know, we used to go to car shows and I couldn't even see over the dashboard. The roof is chopped, it's channeled over the frame, it's got all kinds of crazy custom work and everything, and I've just always been into that type of car, you know.
So let's go cruising to the park.
My favorite time with this car, I mean, there's so many, like I could fill up an hour, but my favorite thing I ever did with this car is I took it out to California to big West Coast Customs Cruising Nationals, the biggest custom car show in the world ever. Best time ever, just cruising my car in California. You know, we took it out after the show, drove it up the Pacific Coast Highway. Beautiful. You know, I got some pictures of that. One thing you know, we're right here with the Atlantic Ocean. I wanted a picture of the Atlantic Ocean and the Pacific Ocean just to have that picture, you know. So hanging out with Alex and all those guys out there was probably my favorite time in this car. Yeah, no, this is the hydraulic system. That's what makes the car go up and down. It's not like one of those big, you know, you see on TV where the car hops, hitting the back bumper. That's not what this is built for, you know. The purpose of this car for me is not really to be hopping it or all that crazy stuff. It had a different setup in it originally. You know, we went through and redid it all. There was nothing really wrong with the old setup the way it was. Actually, these pumps are the same pumps, but just we redid it all because you had to. When you put a new frame on it, it's actually welded to the car, so you had to cut it out and redo it all anyways. These pumps kind of, that's what does everything. So this big part right here is the pump, and then these 4 square, these are your dump valves. So the pump raises it up, and then this valve, you know, each one is one for each wheel, and that lets it back down. Okay, so when you hit the switch, the power comes from the batteries, it goes through the solenoid to the pump, raises it up, and then when you hit the switch down, it activates this solenoid and lets the car come down. But these right here are the hydraulic cylinders. So it's just like, it's like the same idea as like on a snowplow or a bobcat or something like that with the hydraulic piston, and it just raises it up and picks the whole car up. It's only got a spring in there. The spring is only about that tall, and that gives it a little bit of suspension, but it can ride a little bit rough, so that's why I have those accumulators on there in the back, because I'm old and I like it to ride nice. I have the switches mounted. Some people have like a switch box you can take out and do it from outside the car. I like it, you know, mounted like that. So your front, and you get the back, the sides, left side, right side. That's pretty much everything. So this would be the front, up, down, back, up, down, left side, up and down, and then the right side, up and down. It's really about it. You know, you can do everything from there. I used to have 12 switches. I had front, back, side to side. I never really used most of them. I mean, I'll be on. I've been pulled over on this car. I did a big ass 3-wheel right in downtown Lowell, right in front of a cop that I obviously didn't see. You know, pull on this wheel's way up in the air. The back is the back corner of the bumper's dragging, making sparks. You know, going around the corner, downtown in front of everybody. It's a nice hot summer night, and then I see the cop. Like, son of a bitch. So I pull over, and the cop comes up to the window. He's like, "Are you serious?" Like, you know, when you're not doing that type of stuff, like day to day, like now that I'm old, they don't really bother me.
How did you ever get a car so low?
It comes up and down.
Suspension.
Yeah, yeah.
Don't take it in our New England snowstorm.
Oh no, don't worry. Yeah, they say, how do you get it over a speed bump? Or how do you drive it that low? And, you know, because they don't realize that it comes up. You know that, and like people ask me about the paint, obviously all the time. A lot of people, is that a sticker? Is that a wrap? Like, no, it's paint. I got that steering wheel for free. It was covered in rust. I cleaned it all up, but a buddy of mine went to buy a set of wheels off of this dude off of you know, Craigslist, and that steering wheel was like, I seen it underneath the guy's porch in a pile of dirt, and I'm like, hey, what's up with that? He's like, oh, I don't know, it's my steering wheel, you know. I'm like, come on, you ain't doing nothing with that. He's like, all right, go ahead, you can take it. But like I said, it was all rusty, whatever. I was just gonna hang it on the wall. One year when I put this car in a car show, I was like, I wonder if I could clean that up and put it on here, see how it'll look. To me, it fits the car better. You know, it's like a real 70s lowrider, you know. I mean, I'm probably gonna have this car forever, so I want to redo the trunk setup. You know, maybe someday get a set of like true spoke wire wheels. You know, like the old school ones, not like the China knockoff wheels they get these days, but like some nice old school true spoke wheels. Eventually, it'll need a new paint job, it'll need a new interior, it'll need to do this. I'll just do it again. You know, the motor's a 2000 Chevy Tahoe engine. You know, and I mean, you know, it's rebuilt and they put a new intake on, a whole bunch of stuff, you know, but yeah. To build a car like this, it's not nearly as out of reach as people think it is. You can get a car that needs some work. You can find a car that's, you know, it's decent for a few grand that runs and drives. Maybe needs some body panels or whatever, but you don't have to do it all at once. If you do it all at once, that's like the right way, but I don't do anything the right way, you know? This right here, First Impressions, is one of the original lowrider clubs in Massachusetts. We're actually in the process of trying to, you know, get it going again. No matter what, I'll always have that plaque. I would never, ever like be in another lowrider club, because that's my club. A bunch of my buddies, we started a custom car club. You get a group of guys that get it. It flows on its own, you know, everybody just has fun with it. That's what we do.
Can't keep my cool.